All right, something I've noticed that a lot of people have going on with their Osmo Pockets or their Muses or any of these cameras, whether it be action ones where, the little small ones that you can put anywhere, GoPro type style, any of them, I've noticed that a lot of people have way too much noise in their recordings. So, like down here, you'll see a lot of noise. Over to the side, you'll see a lot of noise. The top or all over their face, you'll see just a very noisy situation. And these cameras do not have to look like that. The reason why they're looking like that is because you have your ISO turned up too much. So we all know or have heard that you just double your shutter speed for your situation with your FPS. So if you're doing 60 FPS, you do 120. If you're doing 30 FPS, you do 60 shutter speed. So that's going to keep your motion blur cool. So as of right now, let me look and make sure that none of my settings have got messed up. All right, so I looked at my settings and mine are set to 120 like I said they should be. I just want to make sure and double check. I don't want to tell y'all nothing wrong. So yeah, everything looks like it should. Everything's moving like it should. Now, as far as the actual ISO, I have mine set to the auto manual mode. So it's not set on a certain particular thing. It's set to do 50 to a range. So 50 to 800. And then that's what I have it set to now. But you can set it to 50 to 400 if you would like to. But yeah, so once you're in your settings and you put it into the manual mode, you can simply choose the little side scroller over there to the right of your screen. And then when you're on the right of your screen, you just simply choose the one that says, one of those ranges. Never choose the one that just sticks on this, the set one, because if you're moving around a lot, that's going to be changing a lot. And you don't want to keep coming and changing your settings all the time. Now, for the absolute best situation, you want to always keep it as low as you can. So if you can record at 50 and leave it locked at 50, yes, that would be a better situation. But if you can't do that, if your lighting won't allow that, you'll just have to mess around with it. So like 50 to 100, you can choose that. 50 to 200, 50 to 400. I would not go past 50 to 800 because that's probably going to start introducing more noise into your situation. And you don't want that unless that's what you're going for. So, yeah, but some people don't care, some people don't mind. But yeah, if you do care, that is how you situate it. Just for fun, I thought, why not throw in the different ISO situations into this video? So this is 50 ISO. No noise is going to be on this. But as you can see, I'm quite looking not light, not bright. So that's not cool. Let's bump it up. All right, now I'm on 100 ISO. Still not looking too smooth, but it still shouldn't be too noisy. So that's pretty smooth. If you're going for this type of, dark and gloomy situation, cool, go for it. But no, 100 is not cool for this light. Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. Now the background's looking smooth. I'm looking a little bit more visible. Yeah, you feel me? Flip it around, So this is the 200 situation. 200 situation looking pretty cool. But I like how the red looking back there. But yeah, let's bump it up. All right, unfortunately, it does not go from 200 to 300. It jumps straight to 400. So, still looking cool. Shouldn't be introducing too much noise. I have it set to where the horizon is stay leveled. I probably need to change that. Can I change it while I'm recording? Oh, I can. I'm going to change it to where it stays where the screen is. So yeah, now wherever I turn it, based on the screen facing it, it'll turn where I want it. So that's pretty smooth. All right, now we have it set to 800 ISO. Everything else is the same. It's always been 1 over 120 because I'm filming in 60 FPS. Now, if you did want to get a little bit more low light capabilities out of these cameras, you could drop it down to 24 frames per second and it won't require, the exact amount of light that the 60 does. So this is what 60 and the 800 ISO is looking like. Looking pretty cool. The lights back there looking smooth. Let's bump it up one more time real quick. All right, here we have it. We have it set to 1600. And this is a little too bright, It's making the lights look washed out. It's making me look washed out. It's making things in the background look not vibrant like they should be looking. So yeah, flipping it around to the actual light. Right, this is the 3200 situation. No, no, this is crazy, chat. This is way too bright. I don't even want to stay on this long. Flip it around. No, sir. Heck no. Bump it up one more time. All right, this is 6400. Ah, hell nah. 6400 looking crazy, chat. No, 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 no. And this isn't even a low light mode. The low light mode let it go even higher than 6400. Mm-mm. All right, this is 9600. This is outrageous. I'm gonna keep showing y'all what it looked like though. So 9600 on the low light mode. That's the only way you can unlock those extra modes is to switch to the low light mode. Now looking smooth. No, no, no. Now it's set to 12,800. 12,800. This is no joke. This is no joke. Oh my goodness. And also it locks it at 4K 30. You cannot go to 4K 60 in a low light mode. You can go down lower, but yeah, so no, not looking good. And here we have the 16,000 ISO. This is outrageous. And when you're in these modes, I'm noticing it's taking a little second to start recording. It's doing a little stutter. So I'm having to wait before I start talking to make sure that I see that timer counting. So yeah, this is 16,000, not beautiful at all. This is what is set to be going from 50 to 3,200, but you know, it's not using that high amount. Right now, it thinks it should be hovering around like 1,300 based on the background lights. Then sometimes when the light shows back there, it pops up to like 1,700, 1,900, but it's going back and forth based on what it thinks it needs to do right now. So this is what it looks like from 50 to the 3,200 range. This is what it looks like when it's set to 50 to 1,600. So it's able to go up as high as 1,600 and as low as the 50, but obviously it's not going to choose to go nowhere near as low as 50 right now. So maxing out at 1,600. And this right here is set from 50 to 800 for the ISO range. And this particular range right here, it's just sitting at 800. It's not even going down none. So 800 is what it thinks it needs. It thinks it needs more than that technically. As we saw, it was trying to do up to 1900 when I had it to the 50 to 3,200 situation. So yeah, but you know, lower the ISO, it's gonna get more crisp, more clear, more beautiful, less noise, less BS. This is what we're looking like at around 800 again. But I already showed you all these earlier. I'm not gonna make y'all rewatch all those. Doesn't make no sense. So for me, in the low light, I'm liking how it's looking on the 800 ISO situation. So making it where it can go from 50 to 800 is pretty smooth. So if it needs to go down or it can go down, it will. But I don't think I need to ever go past 800 in this particular room, especially when I'm only using that light right there. So as you can see, everything's looking pretty nice. The lights are looking pretty smooth. Now I'm about to switch from the low light mode, 800 ISO. We're gonna switch back over to the normal mode. Alrighty, now we're back in the normal mode, 800 ISO again. The EV is telling me at certain parts of the room I'm just 0.7 underexposed. That's nothing. That's beautiful. I'm not even tripping on that. I like to put my settings like that on my phone, on the iPhone situation anyway, like -7 or -0 something or negative, 1 type stuff. So this is about what I would have it on other devices anyway. So yeah, should be a pretty smooth situation. Shouldn't be any noise going on. This is a little bit darker over here though, since there's not any lights over here. Coming over in front of the desk. Yep. So if the video helped you out, if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something new about the camera, slam the like button is greatly appreciated. Helps the channel out a ton. And I'll see y'all in the next one.